Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Starborne episode 4 for our series here. Let's get started, alright? So, basically, I've gone ahead and I queued a bunch of stuff up this morning, and then now it's in the later in the evening. I got home from work, and everything is back where it's supposed to be, and I don't have anything set up. So, we're going to go ahead and set everything up, and you guys will be able to get a really good feel for how jumping into a game after maybe a day of work or something is going to look like. So you see I've got resources over here. I've got my resource cap up pretty high, up to 19,000, which is nice. I'm not producing very many resources to turn right now, but what's great is that now I can use certain cards that I originally couldn't really use before. And raise my resource cap, and I won't feel as, or raise my resource per hour, and I won't feel as bad about burning cards because our cap is much higher. We have a much higher ceiling now, right? So let's go ahead and go into our character slot right now. Let's see, minus 15% production, building, construction cost, plus 4 freighters. So let's go ahead and pick this person. And how long is that for? 4 days. Okay, and the production building cost, right? Yeah, the production building cost will actually be pretty useful for me, and I'll explain why in a bit when you see my the build and everything I'm going for. But let's go ahead and definitely throw somebody else on here. I'm thinking for the rune card we go with their crux now. I'm pretty sure I've got 2 of those cards. I could be wrong about that. I've got some really good rune cards I've unlocked over time, and like some of these are really rare. Like this one's really good, right? So that's pretty cool. But we'll save some of these for later. We'll go ahead and use this one up now. Now this is for 3 hours. Unfortunately, I won't be playing the game for 3 hours. I do have to go to bed so I can be up for work in the morning, but it will get me those extra resources, plus 95 of each. And I won't hit my cap before the 3 hours runs out, and it'll make sure I've got plenty of resources in the morning. Alright, so I said I'd go over the buildings. Let's do that now. Here's sort of my build I've gone with, right? So I've only got a level 2 station, and I've kind of just increased a little bit of everything. I've spread out across the board somewhat. I did go for the Data Bureau, which I think you guys saw me build, if I remember correctly. It's been a few days since I last recorded the other episode. But that's just to help me with missions and everything. And I did go ahead and I've been upgrading these industrial areas. Now I want to get a mining facility up here at some point, but I'm waiting until I can expand it to an area that's practical. You can only build a support station inside of your range, and there's nowhere here that's really useful for me. But what I'm hoping to do is if I expand one more level and I've kind of out here, then go over the resource area. You can see I've got 2 pretty good labor spots here, so I'd like to put one right here and harvest both of those, and I believe that's something that I can do. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there, but other than that, just raising a little bit across the board here. And I'm going to go heavy industrial for this first station, and a little bit into military. Definitely pretty much full industrial so I can have a nice resource boost to build other stations and to reinforce my other stations with resources. And then military, because like I said in the beginning, I'll be focusing on more of an attack role. But I wanted to get a little bit of the domain in here just to work on getting some of those nice, the Data Bureau and such, which is very helpful. Now, let's go ahead and head to our hangar here. You can see I've built up a lot of ships, and I keep building them as the resources become available. I've got a lot of fleets here. This was a fleet I was using to try to scout players nearby. Unfortunately, it still wasn't strong enough to really get me a lot of information, but it did get me a little bit. Now, something to notice here is that this player is actually a pretty large player, and he's right now got something heading over to my Marauder station. Now, I'm not sure if he's already hit it or not. That I can't see. I just know that he's got it queued up. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to queue up my own fleet to go here and steal resources. Now, there shouldn't be anything here, so I'm just going to set it to a raid, and hopefully I'll raid a good amount of resources. I'll actually send a smaller fleet because I really don't need 30 industrial ships. Heck, I probably don't even need that many, so we probably send 10. Let's see. I think they usually only have about 800, and 10 of them we'll be able to pick up. Let's see here. How do I see fleet details? 10's going to be able to pick up cargo space at 1200. So make sure we've got that fleet selected again. Fleet and raid. There we go. We'll put the rest of them here. Actually, I'm trying to get my second station up. So that's why I've been building those. I've got 30 more in here, so I think you need 90 to build a station unless you put cards on there. I do have a couple cards I want to use That should help me, but I'm just waiting. I believe I've got cards for utility. Yes, +2 industrial fleet speed. Okay, not as useful. +20 offensive obviously is not going to help us. Right here, +4 fleet speed and +25% cargo space. So we'll throw that on, and that's going to help us build our second station. I'm going to put the second station over here, right here in this area. And what's nice about this is that it's pretty close to my other station, so that made me pretty happy when I saw this one here. Saw this area here. And the reason I'm choosing this location is because looking all around everywheres, the number one thing you want to build your second station at is usually a large deposit of ice. And that's because ice provides labor, and you want your next station to have a lot of labor, because labor is going to get really important later on in the game for manning large fleets. So there's a lot of labor in this area. In fact, all 4 of these produce labor, and this one produces a little bit of everything else. So it wouldn't have a whole lot of, I mean, there's something here too. Obviously, if this person expands, it could be an issue. In fact, I'm not even sure really how far out you need to be from that. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I think I want to put it here. If I can't, then I'll find another place with a lot of ice. But there's some other locations nearby. I think you're starting to get out of the belt once you get out here, and you are. I'm not sure how safe that is to actually do. But I can always hunt around if it's not going to work. I don't see why it wouldn't, though. It says I can, so that's probably where we're going to put it. That just works out nice because it's a lot of labor there, and it gives me a lot of back and forth. Or a small distance for back and forth, so at least I'll be able to keep myself protected. We can go ahead and click on the Alliance tab real quick and check on that. So you can see here all of the members that we've got now. We're up to 16 members, which is great. We actually puts us at ranked 32 out of 214 for space. Or I'm not for space, I'm sorry. For actual rankings, which is, I think, pretty good for all of us. A lot of us are very, very new. In fact, most of us are. I don't even think I know any person that's in our group right now that's played the game already before. So that's not bad. You know, you can see we've got scattered across the board. I'm not doing that great, but I don't always have a whole lot of time to dedicate to it, right? Because, you know, it's really something you got to check in multiple times a day if you want to be top dog. But unfortunately, I can only check in usually 2 or 3 times. So I won't be top dog, but I'll do all right. You can see we've got a few people around here. Space Station 13, nice, good one. This is No Name. Big time Discord guy, hangs out all the time there. Demi-Skeleton's another one, and then you can see most of our groups down here doing their thing. But still somewhat close. And then we've got one guy way over here, but that's okay. And then I think there's one guy that's like way off somewheres over here, but we're not really worried about it. He's also a subscriber and viewer of the channel, and he wanted to join, but he ended up, I think, hitting random or whatever, and he generated off over here somewhere. I don't even know where he is. He's somewhere way off over. He said he was really far away, but I don't think he said what system he was in. No biggie. That's not him there, right? No. Oh, but he spawned right out here. Okay. I'm curious. What did he get? That's his second station here. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. That's a lot of labor. Ice Giant. Okay, well, good for him. It's a good spot to expand out to. I don't know then. Maybe I'm going to look out here and see what I can find. Like that's nice, right? But, you know, it's a decent amount of distance, but it's nice. If I could find one over here. It sucks because there's nothing real close to me, but that's not a big deal. We do have these NPC mining facilities. See, that's a nice chunk of, but we're looking for labor. Right here is not bad for just resources in general. You've got metal, labor, metal, crystals, no gas. There's gas there though, so if you plopped one down, say here, and expanded out far enough, maybe. Lots of labor there. There's a player here. Yep, somebody else built a station there next to that big chunk of labor. Another big chunk there. That's not bad distance-wise, and there's a lot of resources nearby, mainly gas. But if you plopped it here, right, and then expanded and put a mining station up. I mean, look at that right there is one of each resource full. So how could you take advantage of that? Oh, there's a marauder right there, though. Not that that is a bad thing. I'm wondering, though, like, if you plop the station here, right? Or even here. You took this and you took this. And you expand out to... I don't know if you could get a mining station up there. Looks like people... I don't know. We'll find out. That's not really... That's something I can figure out off camera. I don't have to put all that time into that. What we probably should have done is queued up some explorer spots while we were waiting. Let's definitely get a scan going here. And then I've got some other stuff to show you guys, so don't worry. We've still got some things to go over. Okay, we'll go ahead and set up a scan. And these scans actually are not only... They're not really for this episode in particular. They're just going to be good for me in the morning before I head off to work. I'll check all my scans and see. I do want to scan this star again. I did end up seeing a solar flare go off, but I didn't have the proper building to take advantage of it, so... Okay, we do have a fleet event here. Ooh, expires in 5 minutes, so we better hurry up and take advantage of that. View fleet event, so... What do we got? Some bigwig from the lunar colonies are requesting an escort through the area. Having friends in high places never hurts. This can reap some future rewards. So we just need a minimum firepower of 370. We can easily equip that. Just throw some fleets. 2 fleets at that give me 400. We'll send them. Maybe. Oh, will not arrive in time. Interesting. Okay, so they're not going to make it. How far out are they? Oh, bummer, because when I started the episode, we would have had enough time to do that. That kind of sucks. Yep. Okay, well. You miss some, you get some. Okay. We've got ships heading out. We're raiding our Marauder base, hopefully before that one dude does. This person I know is in the game. Because they've scouted me. But who else do we've got? Is there anyone we can loot? Not sure if this person's in the game. We could raid them. Or raid their... we can't raid them yet. You can see the ESA at the top there. Everybody's still ESA protected. Something that... Wow, this guy's a large player. Okay, so we can see actually how far 1, 2, 3 is how far he's expanded. So if I was to go here... And say I put it here, 1, 2, 3. I'd have to put it here then. Take advantage of labor here, that, 1, 2, 3. I eventually would have this. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that would be a lot of resources. This would be a very good spot. In fact, if I put it like here, it'd be even better. Or here. Here would be really good. I don't know if that would fall in my realm, though. This would be the perfect spot, obviously, but there's a planet. Okay, I'll figure all that out myself. I'll keep looking around, too. There might be some better locations. I see some really... But I want to stay somewhat close. That's actually not a bad spot, because it's close enough that it's manageable. I kind of like to be closer, but it's... You know, sometimes it's not a luxury you can really have. Okay, so the other big thing I want to go through is I actually... saved up a bunch of... I've been doing missions and fleet events, and I saved up a bunch of stuff so we can go through them together and open them up. I got a bunch of these catches here, so we'll go through them and we'll see what we've got. So we'll start with the steel one first. See if we get any good cards or materials. And what's cool is you can actually reveal them all at the same time, or you can flip them one at a time if you like doing it like that. So I'll just go through and flip them all. Okay, we got some cobalt sheet. There's building materials in this game, and they're used, as it says here, used to upgrade outposts. So that's pretty useful, and it's always good stuff to have. Carbon plate, okay. Upgrade domain, outposts. Domain. And diamond nanorod, so upgrade outposts. Nice. So we'll claim all. Open up a surveillance. Nice. All right. What do we got? Some more materials. Military outposts. Okay. Military. All right. Claim all that. These materials are really useful, and I think a lot of them we could break down too if we want to, and we'll take a look at that in a second. But it'll be good to have all these because I'll be able to do a lot of upgrading when the time comes. An industry outpost. I hope I find some more of those. Ooh, a veteran scout. Plus 8 base scan. I'd like to give that to a unit if I can. Core schematics. It's a system card. Minus 20% building construction time. Trade council. System. Interesting. Minus 20% trade time interval. Commodity breakdown bonus. Okay. Some of these we might not use too. Okay. Oh, interesting. Haven't seen that one yet. Or is it again? Okay, cool. So we're all done opening those up. So we can see we got a lot of commodities, which is nice. Used to activate and complete fleet events. Oh, can I activate this and complete this fleet event? With that? I can. So let's do it. Might as well. Nice. So we got another one here we can open up. Surveillance. Not sure if it was worth it to use that card, but I figure we might as well. At least we don't lose the fleet event now, right? And we get a bunch more materials. Claim all. Okay, so we got a lot of commodities now. I think I can... Yeah, see, I can break these down for... I can break them down for materials. Okay. I've got 17 copies of these. I won't break any of them down yet because I still am not fully sure what it takes to upgrade outposts, so we'll keep them. I've got a lot of cards, though, as you could tell. Saving a lot of them for when the ESA lifts, because some of these are combat cards, but yeah, there's a good amount of them here. Now, I got that system card, which I think would replace this. Minus 25% build time, plus 50% station harvest yield. So the cyborg workers is pretty much definitely what I need. I don't think it makes sense to go anything else right now. Okay, is there anything I would want to raid nearby, maybe? This guy's... Okay, so we could take this marauder, maybe. There's a marauder here. Not sure how active that player is, or this player, or this. It looks like, okay, influence is a little bit higher, so a little bit more active. Same influence as me. This one, not so much. We could... I don't want to build an outpost or anything yet, and I'm not going to be building a station just yet. So, kind of worthless for my industry ships to be hanging out. They may as well go raid, but I don't need 50 of them to do it. So, how long until this one's done? 18 or 16 minutes? So, I'll just wait and do that. So, I'll queue that up off camera myself later when that fleet comes back. I'll save these for now. We could get some more in here. I should get some more probe ships so I can scout more players. Alright, let's go ahead and queue up our buildings, and that'll be kind of the end all for us. What do I want to keep working on? Plus 1 SP for fleets raiding from station. I'm hesitant to get the plasma chamber. I guess I am going to need it, though, if I want to get this. See, I've got to get the plasma chamber. So we might as well get it. At least that way I can... with the plasma chamber, I'll be able to harvest the next solar flare that comes up. I do keep trying to work on station labor if I can. And I keep working on warehouse, as you saw. It's pretty useful, actually. Docking bay should be higher, frankly. It's way low. And then I need to start working on this because that ESA is going to lift here soon and we're going to be in trouble. And And I'll want missile batteries here soon. So let's go ahead and queue the missile guidance system up. Oh, real quickly too. What do we got here? Hangar extension. Plus 1 speed boost per building level. Okay. Alright, so the last thing I want to do here, I think I want to make a few more scouts. Right? Or maybe I want to keep working on industrial ships, but I do want to start scouting the lower level players around me for when attacking becomes an option. So let's at least produce 10 of those. And let's go ahead and try to produce 10 of these if we can, just to keep industrial ships coming. I need 90. I've got 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Okay, plus the 20 that I'm going to save on the side to keep rating. So that's pretty good. So we're all set. Got lots of prestige, but I'm saving up for more powerful cards. So I'm not going to spend that for anything just yet. And like I said, I'm not putting any cards on my fleets yet till I get my fleets 100% organized on what I want to do. In fact, I probably don't even need to build these 10, because if I put that card on there, it should be enough with the other. So I will be able to get my second station going here soon. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Well, I'll still build the extra 10 industrials because they'll come in handy later. If I don't, it'll just be resources sitting. So, all right. So that's the end of this. Next time you see the next video, the ESA will be lifted. I'll probably do another video as soon as it is lifted, so we can talk a little bit about that and where the alliance is going in terms of that. And I'll try to look for a location off camera, and I'll let you guys know when I find a good one. But I want to thank you all for joining me. I do hope that you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.